Oh boy, it's time for a rant video. Hello, I'm TheZOMBIEJ, and it's time for a rant video. I already said that. It's time to defend Bionicle G2 and the CCBS system. Character and creature building system. It was introduced in 2011, starting with Hero Factory. Doesn't strictly make it Hero Factory parts, you bunch of fucking morons. I mean, come on. Who says that? I mean, Hero Factory parts? What? Just because it started with Hero Factory doesn't automatically associate CCBS strictly as Hero Factory parts. That is bullshit. You know it, and you could go fuck yourself. CCBS was deemed too simple and undetailed. People believed that, especially the construction elitists, who liked the textured and more detailed stuff of Bionicle G1 and Slizers and Robo-Riders, these people believed that CCBS was too undetailed and too simple. They believed it was for infants! Babies! Are you fucking me? Hopefully not. And because of this, these people got flack, and rightfully so, because you don't just do that. CCBS is not for babies. There was a simple and effective theme that did what it needed to do, and it did so pretty good. You can actually build with CCBS. I've done it. I've combined CCBS with the original construction system. It's possible. You can do it. Just because you haven't tried or haven't bothered to try or are not willing to try to combine the two systems, that just makes you a lazy fuck. Open your minds to CCBS. Yes, the construction system in general is dead because Lego... it truly died with Star Wars in 2018, but Bionicle G2 was dubbed as Duplonicle. What the fuck are you on? Bionicle G2, yeah, Golly is crying over there. You can't see it, you can't hear it, but she is crying over there. You just complete fucking imbeciles. Why would you insult a fun building system that is like, you know, CCBS? CCBS is a fun building system to work with. I've worked with it so many goddamn times. I'm a construction builder all the way, more so than a system builder. System, I don't build with, you know, except for some sets that I get sometimes, like, I don't know, the gift with purchase Tahu Takua, even though that's SCCBS, but still. It's just insulting to think that, oh, Bionicle G2 is using Hero Factory parts, that makes it Duplonicle. Who the hell do you think you are to come up with such a ridiculous-ass, baseless claim? Your argument is immediately invalid. Fuck you. And with that, I will drink some tea. Duplo is toddler level of Lego. It's Lego made for toddlers. So you're saying that CCBS is basically construction for toddlers, you are a tard. You cannot completely say that. In fact, you can't say that at all, because in retrospect, yeah, it was a simple system, but it was effective enough, and screw detail at that point. It's a fun system. I've built so many goddamn mocks with it, combining CCBS and regular construction and meshing the two together to make awesome mocks. It is possible, you just gotta try. Don't try, do. And if you're not willing to try, well, you're just a lazy piece of shit. I mean, come on. I mean, seriously, this is ridiculous. Why would people go as far as to claim that the Hero Factory parts were part of the reason why G2 failed and floundered the way it did? G2 suffered because it was a phone-in franchise that LEGO decided to do instead of this ambitious other theme that they were planning that was gonna end up being too expensive for them to do anyway. And they figured to play it safe and give us Bionicle back for 2 years. That's what G2 was. And it was a failure. It was a fucking failure. I bought all the sets. In fact, I bought clones of the sets too. Not bootlegs. No. I bought like numerous copies of certain sets. I have a third Golly Master of Water set over there on top of my tower PC. Windows PC. Vista. Who still uses Vista nowadays? Apparently me. I mean, seriously, what the fuck? Yeah, I've got all the G2 sets and then some. And really, the Bionicle fans, who were the passionate ones, who believed that this theme was worth our time, we promoted it the best way we could, and LEGO still blamed us for not promoting it to their standards. Oh, well, fuck you, LEGO. G2 killed any sort of anticipation for another construction theme for the next 2 years. 2017 and 2018, all we got was LEGO Star Wars CCBS sets, and those were okay for the most part, but just the premise of the Star Wars CCBS sets. There was a theory that I have, and it still holds true to this day as far as I'm concerned, that the budget for G2 was slashed in half, and then some probably, and those funds were poured over into the Star Wars CCBS sets. And look what we got. We got General Grievous, we got Obi-Wan Kenobi, we got Luke Skywalker, fucking Darth Vader, and a plethora of other sets until 2018, when the final wave was released, and then LEGO cut it off. That's a shame. So basically, G2's failure killed any sort of, any level of, or sort of any interest in CCBS at all for people to want to purchase the Star Wars CCBS sets. Now, probably some people have purchased those sets. Jang, he only purchases what he feels like purchasing, apparently. And as a result, look what happened. The Star Wars CCBS sets was where construction truly died in terms of, the CCBS system. Bionicle had a huge part of it, of the death of construction in general and CCBS. But you have to recognize that Star Wars was the final nail in the coffin for CCBS. These last waves were not that great. Yeah, Darth Maul was pretty cool. Also inventive. The gear system was pretty cool. Yeah, they took the gear systems from Bionicle G2 sets and put those in the Star Wars sets to get people to, want more of that gear system thing, so they go buy the Bionicle G2 sets. That did not happen! Clearly the people who bought the Star Wars sets that had the gear functions, like Darth Maul, for example, clearly people did not care about this gear system enough to want to go buy the Bionicle G2 sets. Lego expected nothing. They expected nothing out of that. It was a strategy, obviously, that, okay, if we put this gear function in a Star Wars set and people buy it and they want more of that gearbox, guaranteed they will go back and buy all the G2 sets. Well, that didn't happen, clearly. It didn't work. Nice try, Lego. Fuck you. As a result, they still lost money. They were losing money with Bionicle G2 and Star Wars CCBS. Star Wars CCBS sales were declining rapidly because of G2's failure and because of, well, nobody cared about CCBS anymore. Nobody cared about construction anymore. Only the people who were passionate enough to buy up all the sets so they can use the parts for their own box. CCBS is a good system. Is it as good as the original construction? No. Obviously not. But it's still a fun system to work with. It's still a system that, even now, with all the bootlegs that have come out, and there's still bootlegs coming out. If Lego won't make CCBS anymore, the bootleg companies will. That's all there is to it. CCBS is clearly still viable, and these bootleg companies think so, 100%. That's why they're still pumping out these sets. And that's awesome. Hey, more parts for us, I suppose. But if Lego shuts them down, we're screwed again. We're screwed again. Yeah. Lego goes in, their executives think, they have the mind process of, or mindset of, if we don't make these parts anymore, then these parts don't deserve to be reproduced by other companies, including the bootleggers. So, they go after the bootleggers and tell them to stop it. Sue them out of existence, in a way. Because let's face it, if you're a bootleg company and you try to, clone Lego sets, you're going to get in trouble regardless. Because that's money Lego's not getting. Rightfully so. I like CCBS. I love CCBS. It's fantastic. No, it is not duplonical. It is not Hero Factory parts strictly. It's not. It is a system within a system. You can build with CCBS and make great things. Multiple layers of creativity are abound within the CCBS system. If you are a non-believer in CCBS, you're clearly an elitist. You're an elitist, and you should go fuck yourself, for crying out loud. give CCBS a chance. Now, obviously, you can't go buy CCBS anymore unless you want to buy a fucking bootleg, which I would highly recommend you go buy some bootlegs, regardless of quality, and play with those parts. Build with those parts, and basically, you hand your money over to the bootleggers. Give LEGO the almighty middle finger or two, because that's what they deserve, essentially. I don't know. This whole thing regarding CCBS as unworthy of a system to build with, and some people thought that LEGO was trying to trick us into buying CCBS because it's actually not a good enough system that you can't build anything worthwhile with. Or something that's as baseless as saying that... I can't even make a good comparison. Fuck you. Seriously. What? Obviously, people have handled this better than I have, probably, but I'm doing my best. Bionicle G2 was a good theme, despite the story being shit, and being rushed as shit, and the way LEGO handled it, and they still blamed us for not promoting it well enough. Well, it was actually their poor-ass marketing that made the kids of 10 years ago, who are, by the way, 10 years older and wiser now, so who knows, maybe those kids of 2015 and 16 probably here in 2026 regretted not getting those sets when they came out. Well, they're expensive on eBay. Depends on where you shop from, I suppose. If you go to a LEGO resale shop, guaranteed you will find a G2 set. Or 2. Or 3. Or whatever. If someone else hasn't bought them already. I was lucky to get multiples of certain sets. I got all the Toa Masters. I even have a third Galley Master right there. I got 4 of the Protectors. Umarak. And Kulta versus Ikimu, basically. And that was basically it. I didn't get doubles of the Uniters at all, which is a shame, because, I probably should have. But, whatever. I should have gotten doubles of everything, really, that was released. I just didn't. So, in conclusion, y'all are wrong. CCBS is a good system. At least it was until LEGO decided to give it the axe. Currently, we have SCCBS. And if that goes away too, I don't see how it can go away, because LEGO is still experimenting with it and making sets out of it. Mechs, all kinds of stuff. They're still experimenting with SCCBS, and they're going to continue to do so for as long as they can. In time, people will probably, be less inclined to give SCCBS a fair shot. But that's wrong too. You should give SCCBS a try. Even if you don't like the Tahu and Takua gift with purchase, because it's not faithful to the G1 Tahu that you grew up with, still, it's a system that you can build with. It's just more system-based. I mean, what's wrong with system-based LEGO? System sets are good. I have a number of them over there. But I'm still primarily a construction builder. And I always will be. Well, there we go. I hope you all enjoyed this video. This was quite lengthy, and that's what she said. Oh my god. So, really, when it all comes down to is CCBS. It's not made for toddlers. That's Duplo. Duplo and CCBS are nothing alike. Y'all are just salty sea dogs. Because it's not original construction. It's not G1 construction. Too bad! Come up with better arguments and quit being an elitist. Because let's face it, elitism, that leads you down to toxicity. And you don't want to be a toxic individual, do you? Well, you probably already are, and I don't know about it, but whatever. That's it. What do you think? Was CCBS good? Was CCBS bad? Was CCBS... was G2 perfect for CCBS? Because it was 2015, 2016. Of course, LEGO was going to take Bionicle to the next generation, but it didn't work. It didn't work. Sets-wise, they were great. Story-wise, it was balls. Despite having some good ideas here and there, but some things didn't play out well. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll be back with another one, and probably a Moha video as well. So, stay tuned for more videos. I'm TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks later. Have a good fucking day, and peace.